Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Saturday to you all. Hopefully, you are enjoying your weekends. A little bit of different attire setting for me today. Today's the last day of the German Bundesliga season. My beloved Borussia Dortmund are playing for their first league title in 11 seasons. I'm off to a viewing party after I'm done recording, and I am dressing for the part today. So, let us get started with the music. Of course, it is Saturday. Of course, it is Samstag. So, we have our weekly OST roundup. Welcome to episode 21 for OST Samstag. Indeed. Cannot believe we've done this for... Actually, I'm kind of surprised we made it this far. Because I thought maybe this would be a series that just didn't really do well. Or like I just kind of got... what do you call it, uninspired to do so, but it's been really fun, and I'm glad that we've kept it going. But we have an actual manageable list of artists today. No more 8 and 9 song marathons, thankfully, because trust me, they are quite difficult to make. But you can see the artists over there. I have my notepad document as well. If you want to skip ahead to a certain song of your choice, the timeline below is going to be chapter based off of whatever we're listening to. If you're in it for the long haul like me, welcome aboard. Let's get started. SF9, specifically Jaeyoon, Dawon, and Zuho of SF9. I still remember first time hearing Zuho on Puzzle and just being absolutely gobsmacked by his voice. But they've done the OST titled Question Mark for the drama Starstruck. Looks like it's a new show considering it's OST Part 1, which is very exciting. No visuals, but that is okay. We're just going to enjoy the music anyways. It's been... I know we had Dawon on his own a little while ago, but nice to get some more SF9 content here around. So, here we go. Hopefully OBS's audio settings are okay. Very lighthearted, very playful. I kind of like this slower pace, the slower, bouncier pace. Lots of syncopation in the backing instrumentals as well. Little ooh-ah section.
내 이름과 나의 취미와 바이브 시시하게 나누기엔 참 뻔하기만 했고 굳이 말해 뭐해 내게 붙였는데 그렇지 않냐 시간 낭비할 시간에 차라리 눈을 한 번 더 마주하는 게 설렐 텐데 굳이 뭐 근데 하나만 말해줄게 나는 한번 내게 담아내면 놔주지 않을 텐데
An extremely complex rap cadence, but it made sure they were on the beat every single time the measure changed. That's smart, very well done.
지날수록 더욱 헷갈리는 법 Hey 돌이킬 수 없단 걸 난 잘 알고 있어 잘 알고 있어 나를 알아서 이 맘이 진심이 매거치시다 난 순간도 없어 내 손끝의 방향은 항상 너와의 시간의 풍경을 가르쳐왔던 것처럼 너로 향해 갈걸
I love that the vocals are also in 3 different stages. You have low, you have mids, and then you have the highs, and they're all kind of in their own little space on their song. Oh, and a nice little outro section as well. You know what I like about that one is the fact that it's very lighthearted yet playful, but it's also one of those songs where I feel like it could be applied to a whole variety of scenes. Scenes that, you know, tons of wide shots, B-roll footage, or maybe even just like a crowd shot where there's people walking, say like down the school hallways, and then you see your main cast like in focus in the middle of the crowd, and they're just walking. You see all the students walking by them. It's got that kind of vibe to it, like start of the semester, kind of friends meeting up again, that type of vibe. I kind of like it. It's very nice. I like that it's not quick. Got the beat that makes you like it's got a beat that allows you to move along to it, but it's not quick, and I like that balance of it. Very nice indeed. Okay, next up. Oh, Mr. Donghae. Of course, you are in the show as well. So Donghae with the song "Correct" for the drama Oh Young-sim. Donghae was also acting as well. Well, I think we checked out. Oh, I don't actually remember who, but checked out an OST from the show. I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Very cool that we get. I mean, I guess if you have an idol actor, kind of almost expect him to sing on it, but very cool stuff. All right, Mr. Donghae, let's go.
기억 안 나? 영심아?
갈라져 버린 틈이 채워지지 않듯이 말야 내게 맞는 사람 오직 너뿐이야 잠시 갈라진 틈이 생각보다 큰 순간이라서 더욱더 지키고 싶은 사람 너 하나뿐이야 말로 표현 못한 내 마음 전부 다 내게 닿지 않을까
It's got kind of an underlying rock tone, but it's not overwhelmingly rock sounding.
내겐 작게만 들릴까 봐 그럼 넌 내 맘 아는지 모르는지 작은 오해들만 조금씩 쌓여가는데 나도 모르게 벌어질 시간을 보지 못해
Donghae is a solo voice that I don't really listen to all that much. Like, I'll listen to him on D&E, but
커다란 아픔일 줄 몰랐어 갈라져 버린 틈이
but listening to him on his own, I'm very quickly realizing just how naturally high his singing tone is. It's kind of impressive.
오직 너뿐이야 잠시 갈라진 틈이 생각보다 큰 순간이라서 더욱더 지키고 싶은 사람 너 하나뿐이야
Damn. Yeah, that's gonna hurt in the morning there, bud. But now it's starting to bleed into that rock category now properly. It's like the rockness of the song has developed as the song progressed. Kinda like it.
나도 모르게 벌어질 시간을 보지 못해서
Got a pretty busy bass line now.
이렇게 작은 틈이 나에게 커다란 아픔일 줄 몰랐어
사람의 마음을 소중하게 생각하지 않는 사람은 이 마음을 모르겠죠.
사람의 마음 중에 약속도 포함되어 있는 건 알죠? 말없이 약속을 지키지 않는 것도 사람의 마음을 소중하지 않게 느끼는 건 마찬가지 아닐까요?
갈라져버린 틈이 채워지지 않듯이 말야 내게 맞는 사람 오직 너뿐이야.
This is such a bad time for my allergies to start flaring up. Oh no.
생각보다 큰 순간이라서 더욱더 지키고 싶은 사람 너 하나뿐이야. 아프고 아파서 널
Oh, I just clocked that there's a string section in this as well.
그리워 너 내게 남은 마지막 사랑은 너 하나뿐이야.
Oh! That is an extremely pleasing song to listen to. It is kind of in my wheelhouse. Like, as a person who grew up listening to 80s rock music, it is very much in my wheelhouse in terms of, like, the type of music I was, like listening to, like, comfortably growing up. That's really nice. But man, is Donghae's tone really high. Like, and I don't mean that he's singing a high register. Like, his tone and his timbre just naturally comes across as really high, and I don't think I've ever clocked that. It's really interesting because we're also checking out Yesung's Japanese release later today. And I always thought Yesung had a high voice, but he's also got kind of like an underlying low, like, rocker tone in his voice as well. Oh. For me, his, like, really high timbre doesn't come across as well in D&E. I don't know why, but it's this OST in particular that's really, like, kind of let his high timbre shine a little bit differently. I might have to go back to some other D&E stuff and see if I can find the same things, because it's something that I'd never really paid attention to. Because I don't think, for me, it was ever this clear. But with this song, it's pretty much just put his vocal color on, like, a silver platter and just handed it to me. So that's cool. I'm gonna have to do some research into Mr. Donghae later today. But, moving on. Lucy! Oh, this is timely. If you didn't know, we're watching Superband 1 over on the community tab every Sunday. I think episode 8 is going out this week. Of course, it's kind of like the origin story of Lucy on that show. They were runners-up on the show, and it's been really cool watching their kind of, like, adventure throughout the show, because, interesting enough, well, it's Sangyeop and Gwangil of Lucy, with the song Love Is Here for the drama Romance by Romance. And at this point in the show, Sangyeop has been eliminated already. Gwangil is still a guitarist slash vocalist turned bassist vocalist. He hasn't even touched the drum set yet. Which is still wild to me. I still can't wrap my mind around that. But also the fact that Sangyeop was one of the first eliminations on the show. That still blew my mind. But they're part of Lucy now. Somehow Gwangil is a drummer. I am so excited to see where that leads. And of course we have the really sparkly, bright voice of Sangyeop on the song. So, very excited times indeed. I do love me some Lucy. So here we go. Also, apparently, there's an flying member that's acting in this. I know their music, but I don't know the members all that well, so I couldn't really say much. echoing ad-libs in the background there. Oh. Yes, Sangyeop on just a high chorus just hits different. Love that contrast of the high vocal and the low rap. Oh, we're going straight to the bridge. Okay. Or is this the bridge? I'm actually lost now. Hold on. Take it minor one time. Oh, such a clean drum fill there too to connect the phrases.
누굴 고를 거야?
나는
It's such a bright song. Oh, Lucy just know how to do an OST. Like you can see it on screen too. Police Class from Rookie Cops. Oh my god, that was such a good song. And Love Is Here is kind of the same deal. It's just something about Lucy and their like arrangements just works for a bright OST for me. And I don't know if it's the vocal or if it's just like the balancing of their arrangements, because admittedly this isn't even the full group. But I still love it. Oh man. It's the way that that chorus is so unashamedly bright, and it's got possibly one of the most predictable flourishes for a chorus, but I don't care that it's predictable. In fact, I want it to be predictable because I'm predicting it's going to be this bright, glorious chorus, and it is, and it delivers. And Che Sang-yup, your voice is ridiculous. Oh, ho, ho, ho. God, I love this group. Okay, next up. Okay, this is the last one we're gonna do on YouTube because for some reason, well, I'll explain it once we move. But Miss Leah of ITZY. It has been a hot minute since we've had ITZY music in any capacity. Let me rephrase. It's been a hot minute since we've had new ITZY music released, like fresh music. We've had a few covers. In fact, I think Yeji's doing her her birthday cover of excuse me, of Yonezu Kenshi and Taoko's Uchiage Hanabi, which I'm actually kind of excited for because that's a, I was about to say one of my favorites. I don't actually know because I have a lot of favorite OST songs from the anime world, but it's a very good song. I can't wait until that drops. But ITZY 100 Love by Miss Leah from Drama Romantic Doctor 3. Of course, this show has featured on the channel before. Sungwon, I believe, did it did the last OST for the show, which we checked out last week, if I remember correctly. We don't have visuals for it. At least I couldn't find any, so we'll just do lyric videos. It works out fine. So here, how we go. Right. In the meantime, I'm going to take care of this ants that I have crawling on my desk.
눈을 감아도 다 보이는 듯해 마치 세상이 너로 물든 것처럼 수백 날 수천 번 이 사랑 감춰봤지만 어느덧 다시 티가 나는 날 매일 그대 등 뒤에 속으로
Very tame on the initial flourish, but I don't mind it. I'm loving the acoustic guitar elements.
아무런 상관없어요 나를 바라봐 여기 있잖아
Horse is still building.
같은 모습을
Still very much acoustic though.
한 번 닿지 못할 사랑이라도 내가 아니라 해도 괜찮으니까 입을 막아도 다 거짓말 같아 손틈 사이로
I thought we were gonna get more electronic instruments in it, but it's just a one hit every other measure.
수천 번 지우려 애써봤지만 어느덧 또 한 번 떠오르는 걸 매일 그대 등 뒤에 속으로 말을 걸어요
Go off strings. Take us to the heavens.
듣지 못해도 아무런 상관없어요 나를 바라봐 여기 있잖아 매일 같은 모습으로 단 한 번 닿지 못할 사랑이라도 내가 아니라 해도 괜찮으니까 이 하루 끝에 내게 오는 걸
Oh, little electric guitar in there now? Okay.
눈물 가득한 내 하루뿐이라도 매일 그대 등 뒤에
Way to master that key change one time.
소리 질러요 널 사랑한단 말야 대체 왜 안 들리냔 말야 나를 바라봐 여기 있잖아 매일 같은 모습으로 단 한 번 닿지 못할 사랑이라도 내가 아니라 해도 괜찮으니까
Oh, and just a very slight hint of a vibrato to finish it. Oh, ended on the 7? On the minor 7? Okay, I see you song. No, it's... In terms of, like, comparisons, for me, Leah gives me big Mion vibes. Like, we checked out her Imogen service yesterday, and I mentioned in that Mion has the ability to change her voice depending on what genre or what type of song she's singing, and she sounds effortless doing it. Leah's the exact same way for me. Like, for me, Leah's voice on, like, ITZY songs has always had that kind of, like, brighter tone to it. Maybe not as bright or as kind of like energetic as someone like Yuna on the song, or maybe doesn't have. I'm trying to think of like ITZY songs. It's been a hot minute since I've listened to ITZY, but Leah's voice never has that moment where I think, does her voice really fit? Like she's, and like ITZY has a really wide discography in terms of their sound. You know, they've got like really fast songs, like they're more rhythm based songs like 20, or they've got, you know, more EDM based things like Not Shy and Tala Dala. They've got kind of songs with more sass like Mafia in the Morning. They've got just really absolutely dirty songs like Racer. But Leah's never felt out of place on any of them. And it's the same with her OSTs and her solo stuff. Her voice just never feels like it doesn't belong on the song. Especially like 100 Love is an extremely slow, emotional, acoustic instrument backed ballad. But not once does she sound or even feel or come across as out of place. She just owns whatever genre she's singing, and she's so comfortable singing it, and it's really impressive. And she has such a dreamy, clean, but also emotive voice too. And that very faint hint of vibrato she adds on the really long held notes is so pretty. Oh. Okay. We have one more OST to go. I need to switch over to Spotify for this, so give me 2 seconds. Okay, we are back over on the Spotify. We are back with the animation show Bastions, and we are also back with Miss Heize one time. Oh my goodness. Got tongue-tied there for a second. Now, typically, I wish we could just keep stay on YouTube because it makes my job a lot easier, but 1-K has, like, the video clips form. One, I'm not certain that they're going to be okay with copyright considering this is I think if I remember correctly, this is a Crunchyroll production, and they do not like stuff on YouTube, for one. Two, the 1-K versions aren't the full versions of the songs, and it's been like that for pretty much every single Bastions thing. So we're just going to go on Spotify. But this is Miss Heize with the song Runaway for the animation show Bastions, who has had kind of a star-studded cast of OSTs so far, or at least for me. Like, started off with BTS, we had a little bit of Alexa, we've got Miss Heize on it now, like, dang. But, here we go, Runaway. Now that we're on Spotify, I probably have to pay attention to the volume rocker on OBS now as well. There's an air of mystique to it. It doesn't really... The song hasn't revealed itself yet. Ooh, little half-step of sound. What an interesting transition back into the verse. Because that chord sequence doesn't fit with the chorus. But once we're in the verse, it doesn't really matter now. This is, I don't know if it's just me, but this is kind of giving off like angsty, like teen angst kind of something. There was a confrontation at school, relationships gone south, and It's like the people involved are trying to separate themselves as much as they can. One person is like got that mopey face on their walk home. They got the shoulders sagging, trudging home kind of vibe.
아무것도 아닌 난 네가 없으면 내 숨쉬기도 벅차나 너와 나는 어울리지 않아 내게서 벗어나 Don't stay Run away Run away Run away Run away
I love that Heize is starting the chorus with that really airy voice. It's such a nice setup.
Run away, run away, run away, run away.
Oh, and end it on the light note as well. Oh, very tasteful singing. But yeah, the fact that like we don't really get a lot of powerful moments in the song in terms of like the vocal power, like even in the instrumental section, once the chorus flourish happened and that guitar kicked in, it still wasn't really that aggressive, imposing guitar sound in a way. And it does kind of give you that feeling of like melancholy, a little bit of like light angst, kind of. It's one of those songs that for me paints a really clear mental image of what might be happening on screen while this song is playing. I like songs when it does that, especially for OSTs. Because I've said this multiple times over the course of the series, but OSTs are meant to support what's happening on screen. Typically with an NV, the visuals are supposed to support, there we go, the music. But with an OST, it's the other way around. So when a song clearly paints an image for you, that's a sign of a good OST for me. Whether my imagery of this scene is accurate or not is... I have no idea, because I don't watch the show. But the fact that it has the ability to paint an image is already speaking volumes about the song for me, so... good stuff. Even though this was like a shorter list this week, it was actually a solid lineup of music. That Lucy song might actually rank pretty highly at the end of the year. I really, like, kind of an unreasonable amount I enjoyed that. Maybe has something to do with the fact that we're watching Superband and haven't seen Sangyeop in like 4 weeks, but that's besides the point. I very much enjoyed this week's OST Saturday. Ow! Punch my desk. Hopefully you did it as well. Hopefully the YouTube content ID gods are looking upon us with a smile on their face, and that none of this gets cut out. But regardless, that is it for me today. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding that door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day-to-day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.